guys, got the head torch on. Suggest you get one of these, absolutely well cool. Just an LED light, absolutely superb. You can see just about everything with this. So let's just try and turn it on. There we go. Whoa, my god. Anyway, take it off. What we're going to try and do now is adjust these motors, these ones here, like that. And what we've got to do is we've got to get to these screws under there. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. And what I've done is, oh god, as you can see, I've put it on some blocks. And I'm going to get at these screws underneath there. Don't know whether you can see that or not. Ooh, let's just turn it around. Don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, there they are. There's the nuts under there, and we're going to undo those so we can move the motor back. We're going to adjust those now and get these motors set so we can get the chains just about right. Okay, right, chains seem to be better now. Both about the same. Not too much play in them at all. We don't want them snagging. They're both about okay, and we tightened up all these bolts along here just to make certain. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of 3-in-1 oil. Just to keep these chains a little bit of lubrication on here, so it's a little bit dry in places, and that don't want too much, just enough just to keep it. Otherwise it'll attract dirt and stuff like that, and then it'll get all caught in the motors. So there we have it. Just clean that up, and that's done. Now I don't want too much oil on there, as I say. I don't want it to attract any dirt or anything like that on there and ruin the motors. So they seem to be pretty good now. So I'm reasonably happy with that, and we can move on to the next thing. Well, hi there. Now we're just going to do this conformal or protective electrical coating on one of the circuit boards. I've done the other one, just allowing it to dry. I'm just going to do the other one just to show you how it sort of goes on. It takes a bit of a while for it to dry, so let's crack on. Okay, morning guys. I've been busy last night, taking a few bits and pieces together, and I'm just going to show you what we've done. We've sort of taken a lot of it apart. So anyway, let's have a look, show you what's been going on. Just adjust it. Well, as you can see, no batteries. Batteries are here, taking them off, and the reason for that was because we had a few really bad connections on these lines down here, so we've had to take these out, re-crimp that one. This one unfortunately needs a new ring end, which I haven't got, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to wait until I've got that. I've ordered the aluminium covers for these, so I can cut them out and make a couple of drip shields for those. And I've changed over to my RX X8R receiver on my Tranis X9D, which is great, and I've had it running this morning, getting the tracks running. That's great, and I kind of understand what's happening now. Runs okay with that. I've had to adjust it a little bit Get the end points right, otherwise it just roars off into the distance. But that's something else we'll have to go through some other time. Found out what this little remote servo is for. This actually is linked to the Benedini sound unit, and what happens is when you rev it up, it sends a signal here to this servo, which turns this servo, and this little microphone switches on and allows the smoke to increase, to get more as the motor's sort of revving up, which is kind of clever. A bit crude, but it works, you know. So no real need to change it, although it's kind of floating around the middle of nowhere. So we're going to create a little bracket for that and stick it on the side. Haven't got my head around the Benedini sound unit. I'm just going to have to read up on that at the moment. It's got various sounds on it, but at the moment we're just on the engine sounds. That's fine. We've remounted the receiver on the top of the board here, away from the power lines, because beforehand it was next to the power lines, which is a bad thing, because that really disturbs the signal. So you want to get away from the power lines as far as possible. So I've mounted it on the top of this board, out of the way, and therefore we should get a much better signal and less chance of it having a glitch when she's running. So that's that. Just soldered on a new Dean's connector onto the second speed controller, which makes it better. And also I've put a Dean's one on the end of the charging line, which is fine because this doesn't actually need to, you know, it's only trickle charging anyway, but at least it stops it from making contact or any problems with it. And I've changed the one on the charger, so there's no chance of getting it mixed up. So that's great. So the next thing I've been looking at is to try and sort these tracks out, and I've had a look at the back end of it, and the screw which alters the tracks is a kind of bit crude really. It's just a sort of kind of washer on there, so I'll kind of try and just try and show you what it is. Not sure you can see that, but on here it's basically a couple of bolts actually go through a bar, and there's a little washer on here, and I've undone it, and you can see, because this is kind of fiberglass onto a metal sheet here, this is just pushing into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sort of an aluminium plate or something like that, bigger washer over there, so it's there's a lot more resistance. But in order to get those out, I'm going to have to take the tracks off, which is my next kind of job. So as far as I understand, all you've got to do is take out one of these pins on here, which look a bit bicycle pins, kind of crude, and the tracks should come off. So let's have a look, see what happens. Okay, well, we found the pin and we pulled it off. So there we have it, there's the tracks. So you can see that's what it looks like without the tracks. Now we can just roll it forward now, find the other one, take the tracks off. And that's basically the pin, bicycle spoke really. There's just one of those which hasn't been bent over, so you can pull it out and take the tracks off. Makes life so much easier. Anyway, I'll busily take the other one off and we'll crack on. Crikey, trod on my box there. There we go. So, poor old Tiger tank, not much left of it now. So we can see these. So we can get access to these, take these out, put a better plate over the back of that. You know, as you can see, that's what adjusts the back wheel. A bit crude, but kind of works, I suppose. Okay, made a couple of these aluminium spacer washer pressure plates, whatever you call them. Just about the right size, so let's bang them in. What about that? That's just the job, isn't it? Right, the next thing is to remove the mudguards. These. So that's what we're going to be doing next. A bit of sun in your eyes here. So we've got to take these off, and means to say we've got to remove these little screws here, all along here. Take them out and then remove these mudguards. Morning, guys. Well, we finished taking all the mudguards off, and we kind of prepared the deck a little bit, and then we're trying to do some repairs now. Bits that have kind of fallen off when we were doing it. So I'll just turn it around and show you what we're just going to do. Okay, there we have it. It's been kind of run down now. It's not too bad now. It's ready to start painting, but you can see the exhaust ports are a bit knackered, and we've got to repair this. And we've filled all these holes and everything else and re-drilled them because they look a lot better now, as you can see. But of course we've knocked off a few things here and there, a couple of pieces here that we're gonna reattach, and then we're going to attach these exhaust ports back onto here like that. But we need to repair it off before we do that. So let's crack on and get that done. Well, that was quick. So there we have fully repaired exhaust ports, and sprayed it with a little bit of red oxide just to see where there are any imperfections or anything like that, just to show up any oddities. And then we stuck some of the items which were been knocked off, made some more of these, and some at the front. And as you see, I've knocked off one of these mudguards here. We'll hopefully that'll look kind of cool when we weather it all up. So kind of that's about it for this. So we'll move on to the turret, I think.